Hello all. This is the practice session for pandas. We have discussed in the previous videos about the pandas library, how pandas can be useful for data analytics. We have worked on it with some functions, various important functions we have tried and explored. So in this video we will be discussing about one problem statement. So this is the practice session. I hope you guys have already practiced earlier notebooks. Then this is the next level where we have a data set with the student names and the class, math, science and English marks. Okay, so these are the three marks we have, and the class, which class they belongs to. Let's say class 1 and class 2. This is categorized with two classes, let's say, and we have various students here. So the task here is to find out how can we filter the class 1, class 2 students and add the percentage of each of the row or each of the student, then the topper of class 1, topper of class 2. So this exercise will kind of summarize whatever we have learned, and this gives you a good exposure for your understanding. Okay, so before that, let me open this file, students.xlsx. So I can import, let me import pandas as pd, then tf equal to pd dot read csv, no, not csv, it is excel, right? Then home gbure data slash students.xlsx. Sorry, there is a mistake, spelling mistake. Yeah, I think we are good now. Okay, this is what the exact data set which I have just shown in the document here. So this is the data we have, and now we want to perform these tasks one after another, right? So let's try and understand how we can solve this problem. So what is the first thing? It is filter class 1 and class 2 students. Here is the class 1, class 2 student. So do you recall? Just I'll take a pause for 10 seconds. Just think about what do you think, how can you segregate that? How can you get these two different class students? Okay. Okay, so if you could do, I know that will be a great thing. Just pause the video and try yourself. That's the ideal way. But for you, if you have tried and looking for a solution, there are a couple of options we can think about using. The one important, the first of all we can use is something called group by, and we can group by using class. Okay, so this gives you a class is the name of the column we can use, and this gives me a group here, right? For let's say group and the data frame in this particular group by object. I print G here, then I print just some line here, and I will print the data frame, and let's see what happens. Okay, this is the class 1 and I get this class 1 details, and this is the class 2 and I get the class 2 details, right? So that's what exactly we were trying to get it, right? So group, that is, and then I will I'll probably write this so that it is more clear and more readable. Okay, so you can just have one more print here, so that, oh, not here. Okay, or you don't have to print here, you can put /n as well. Okay, so yeah, so this is how you will get not here actually, in fact here. Yeah, this is how you get, this is the one group and the second is the second group. Okay, that's how one can do, or you could also think about doing the way we have earlier done, this way. Dot class, if it is equal to 1, okay, we want to print. Okay, so this is how you get, there's some syntax error. Yeah, I need to have this in the single quote. What happened? No, we can't, we don't need to be in the okay, this is a keyword, so you have to be cautious. So we have keywords as keyword as well. This df is a class is a keyword. Now then the second thing is about, let me see if it is a numeric data. Yeah, it is numeric data. I can't use this. So how to check that? First of all, you could understand, see, it's very important for you to first understand we have some info function. So info function tells us that, see, all these are numbers, right? So if I'm comparing df.class, I should do with 1, not the single quote 1. And obviously I can't use df.class, as I said earlier. So this is dangerous. Many times though we can use this if it is a normal variable, but the class is a keyword. Okay, so definitely that gives some error otherwise, so we should keep this in the code. So this is how you get class 1, and if you want you can get it a class 2 details as well. Okay, so that's about how to group, how to filter class 1 and class 2 students. So that's all. Then the next thing is add percentage of all the students in separate column. Okay, now remember your df is still the same. Now here I want to add one more column, for example df percentage, and remember we want to calculate the percentage of the students for only the marks. Okay, so from where I get this? Okay, first of all I need to do something here. Okay, so what, I don't know as of now. Let me try this out first. Okay, so here we have to add something. Now I don't run that. Before that, let me check what all things I want. I want these 3 columns, correct? So how can we do that? We can do df dot columns colon 2 colon. Look, we get these columns. Okay, this is what something interesting for us. Then dot sum function. You can try sum function if I have not explained earlier. So this is how we can do, but yeah, just a moment, it should be on the data frame. So I want to use a data frame, and on that I want to sum the marks. Okay, but here the thing is, I think it is not doing the what exactly we are looking for. It is summing up all the maths marks on the column. Okay, so what to do then? We want to get this addition done on the the row wise, right? So here you can change axis equal to 1. Okay, so that this will be applied on the rows. See, yeah, so this is how you got this. The addition of all these marks, 24, 62 and 11 is 97. So 77, 53 and 52 is going to be 182, and so on and so forth. Okay, so this is interesting. This is important for us to understand, and then once you got this, you can simply divide by 3. So this gives you the average marks. Okay, now just try and add here. So you can round it up using a round function. So this is the one, and second argument needs to be 2. Okay, so let's see now what happens. Perfect. So we got this added, right? You can see that this is the average marks or the percentage or whatever. I mean, it is not a percentage, maybe it is average mark or whatever, right? My point here is just to show you how we can do some kind of a calculation on the rows and attach as a next another column for the same data set. It is average marks, you can say it is average marks, or you can calculate the percentage if you want to. Okay, so here I am just doing a percent. Instead of this I would say average marks. Okay, AVG marks. Better I'll do that. Okay, so let me run this once again, the whole thing, to get your proper marks here, average marks. So here is the average marks. Okay, I hope you understand this. The average marks we have just calculated for the data for the question which is there, right? Then the topper of class 1. Okay, so how to get the topper of a class 1? So obviously we have the class 1 details here. Let's say I have a class 1 details. We can do that. So this is how we can have class 1 equal to. Okay, so now if you simply check class 1, you have all the class 1 students now. Okay, and what you want to do is you want to do class 1 dot topper means the maximum marks achieved, right? Dot max, just check what happens. Yeah, 75. Okay, that means this is the candidate, the Kiran probably, right? The Kiran, the average marks is higher. So class 1, let me see if I can print this way. No, it doesn't. So let me check how can I get the whole data. Okay, so you can you can print the entire data using the syntax, using the class. Just one second. Yeah, so I was talking about using a max function. So average marks, hold on, marks I was getting 75. Here we can check if the average marks is equal to maximum of the average marks for any of the student. Okay, so that's where we are getting a Kiran. Okay, Kiran is the one who is having the maximum average marks. So that's how we can calculate, and the same can be done for another student. Okay, so that's how we can use the other topper for the class 1 and class 2. Similarly, for if it is a math, then you could simply use the same for the class 1. Instead of this, you have to use maths here, right? So maths, I think Ravi is the topper for maths, 97. I think that's right, correct? So for class 1 topper, class 1 topper in maths subject. Okay, so yeah, that's how the simple task. Then the topper of both classes, I don't think we have to, I can you guys can do this, I think. So we can move on to the next where the student, yeah, we can see that name of the students, it starts with A along with their class. Okay, so this is interesting. If you look at the data set, we know that there is a name, and we can apply some of the string function, because name is a string and we are trying to get something which starts with A. Okay, let me see, let's use a df class here, df here, so that we have all the class all the students for class 1 and class 2 both. Then df dot name dot str, then after that I can apply any function. That's what we have seen, right? So if we can do upper, we can also do, there is something called starts with function. Okay, now we can simply use starts with A, because A, this is what the question is, and we want to print the data here, right? So there are 4 students whose name is starting with S, sorry, A. Okay, that's what it was asking, right? So the student which starts with A along with their class. Okay, students, name of the student and class. I think only name and class is required, so you can also put here whatever is required. Okay, sorry, here this is not. Oops, just hold on, let me see. df, and I want to get name and class. Name and class. Okay, I think I have to put it in one more bracket here, because it accepts only one. Yeah, I think that's right. So there are two students from class 1 whose name starts with A, that is Akash and Anuja, and there are 2 students in class 2 whose name starts from A, that is Amit and Ajay. So that's right. So interesting, small thing, very useful. So similarly, you could try this. I think more or less we have completed. So less than 40% marks is the fail. You can just try and add it. Okay, I think you could do that, but still, if you get any question, please drop a note so that I'll take it. Okay, so now let me check. There is another question. There is another assignment, which you may want to try it. So based on the second question, I see there is some employee data available, and I see that there is a last column of called salary, and the salary is not a numeric here, so there is a dollar sign. So we have to find out the net salary. So I think at least one out of this I will solve, so that the later part you could do it, right? So deductions, we are trying to get the deductions. So pause the video, get this assignments noted, and so that you can do. So I'll be uploading this particular file as well, and the data set. Okay, so those two data sets files I will be adding. Okay, so let me quickly do this for addition, for finding out the average. So df net, first I have to get the df equal to pd dot read, what is the name of the file? It is csv emp underscore csv. Okay, home g bhure data and emp underscore sal. Perfect. So df dot head, I get this. Then df dot what is that? I'm trying to get a net salary. Okay, let's see how I get a net salary. A net salary we can calculate using salary. So salary, then what we have to do? Okay, first of all we have to change this, because directly I can't take to calculate the net, because I have to in fact change change the string into some better numbers only, right? Numeric data. So what I can do is df dot salary, I will change. Why df dot salary is not working? Df dot name, yeah, df dot name works, but somehow salary is not working. Yeah, I think there is a space before this salary, so we have to work out. So maybe we can fix that. That's a quick thing. We can fix, but yeah, the important thing here is we have to first replace this. We have to replace your dollar sign with nothing there. So we can try and apply replace function. There is a replace function. I don't know if I have discussed with you. So we can use this function to basically remove a dollar sign with nothing. Okay, so the comma nothing. So this is how we can replace. So wherever you find dollar sign, it will be replaced with sorry, here I think. Okay, here I have to give replace with nothing. Okay, I think this should work. Regex equal to true. I don't know if it works. Let me work out. Let me try and fix this. The replace function, dollar I want to replace with nothing. That's done. I think yeah, so we can do this. So that's how that salary can be replaced. Dot salary equal to, and we have to convert it to a floating point, because this is not a string now. We can convert easily to float 64. Okay, np is not imported, so we should always import numpy as well, because we don't know when we need it. It's interesting package. Import numpy as np. Okay, and here I run once again, and you will find this time the salary column. Sorry, here I'm supposed to be, yeah, here. So salary is now replaced with the salary without df dot salary equal to df dot salary dot replace. I think this should work now. Let me run quickly once again through this entire things. Yeah, so this is how we can do this, the change here quickly. Yeah, this time it worked. So df, this time you have a salary which is in the floating point, right? So this time we are we could do that net salary. I can simply calculate, add a net salary column, and df dot salary into, I can just make a multiplication with 0.7, that gives us the 70% salary. Okay, yeah, that is not after 30% tax deduction you will get it. So yeah, this is what I wanted to share in this practice session, guys. This is very important, the small thing, basic things, but it gives you a good insight about how to work with any problem which you may come across. Okay, thanks for watching.